Welcome to a first look at the Oper8 Mobile App for Android. This app is currently under development. Want to go through and show you what it's going to look like and some of the features that are currently available on the app. This app is tied directly to the Oper8 Business System's primary desktop, which allows for instant communication between the app and the desktop, which means anything that is entered into the app is immediately available back at the office on the desktop, and vice versa, which really helps in communication between office staff and staff out in the field. This app handles, for a particular user, any number of profiles or clients, any companies, additional companies that an owner may have, or properties that someone may also have, are all handled just like they are in the desktop on this mobile app. As you can see, this is the login screen where you would put in your username and password. You can check a Remember Me button, which facilitates a lot easier login. You don't have to type it in every time. But once we select Login, the system will authenticate us and then load all the information for our default profile. As you can see up at the top, this one is Oper8 Business Systems. It then shows you a calendar. That calendar lists all of the current events or activities for this particular user on this profile. They are highlighted in gray. The current day is highlighted in black. Below the calendar, you'll see a list of various activities. These activities are color-coded. The blue ones are for appointments. Green ones are for calls. And yellow ones will be for tasks. The arrows at the top of the calendar move between the months. As you can see, moving to January, there are additional activities there for this user. Going backwards, I can also see historical information. This list at the bottom is a scrolling list. It can handle as many appointments or calls or tasks as there are on this particular day. It's currently showing the current day. The red circle down at the bottom right with a plus sign in it, if you click on that, it jumps up and gives you three additional options. The first option, which is at the bottom, is a calendar, which when selected allows you to go to the Add an Appointment screen. The next one in the middle is for a phone call that you want to add. The top one is for any task. If you press the bottom X, it just reverts back. On the list, if you select an item on the list, we're going to take this first one, Roland Lee's birthday. We tap on it. What it does is it takes you to that specific appointment or call or task with the information filled in and allows you to modify that information, add notes, and then save it. When it's done saving, it goes back to that same screen. Here we're just going to cancel this. You'll notice it's going to reload back to where we were. Inside each of the items listed on the bottom are some key pieces of information. Usually the description, which is on the top in bold. If it's assigned to a specific contact that you have, you will see underneath the description that contact's name. Here we didn't put in a specific user, so it just lets you know it's not a contact. Gives you the date, the start time, and the end time. You'll also notice uncategorized appointment. That means I didn't select a category for this appointment. If I had selected a specific category, that would also be shown. Now, at the very top, you'll notice that there is the Oper8 Business Systems Inc. that lets me know the profile I'm in. That is actually a drop-down. Contains a list, if we select on it, of every profile that I have access to. If you're a business owner and you have 3 different businesses, you can have all 3 businesses listed here. If you own a bunch of apartments, each apartment could be its own profile. Selecting a different profile, you'll notice the top changes, but it reloads all of the information for that specific profile. It's changed. So now as I go through the app, I would remain in this profile unless I changed it back and it reloads the other one. Now I'll be in this one. You'll also notice at the top, on the top right, there are 3 dots over each other. What this is this is just a small menu. We'll be adding to this menu where you'll have options for settings. The option to log out, if you click on that, it takes you out of the app and takes you back to the login screen. We're just going to close that for now. You'll also notice if I select a different date, I'm going to select the 19th, it's going to reload and show me the information for that day. Now you'll also notice that the 19th is now highlighted in a light blue. That lets you know the current date that you're looking at on the list below. Now here we have some calls that are listed. If we click the bottom one, again, it will take us to the edit screen for that specific call where we can make changes and save them or cancel back out. There are 3 bars up at the top left of the screen that you're looking at. What that is it's a slider menu. What this is this is a menu that allows you direct access to any of the functions in the app. So if you wanted to, your main dashboard is mainly worried about or dealing with appointments, tasks, calls on specific dates, and giving you quick access, kind of a one-stop shop for those areas. This slider actually gives you access to all of the functions. Now what you'll notice is the first one is dashboard. All that does is take you back to the previous screen that you're on. Now if you want to close this, you just touch anywhere outside and it takes you to different areas. We go back to the dashboard. I want to show you that. It just reloads your dashboard. Now, appointments. Appointments will take you to a list of all the appointments for the next 30 days for the profile that you're currently in. So if we select that, it's going to show me all of the appointments for this. It's a scrolling list. This goes out 30 days. You'll notice we're down here into January. Okay. Again, hitting the plus sign will allow you to add new appointments. Clicking on one allows you to change them. We can actually hit the back key on the actual phone and it takes us back to where we were. Calls does the same thing. It shows you all of the calls for this particular one for the next 30 days go forward. Tasks will show you any tasks that are listed. Notes. This is an area where you can just make personal notes, to-do items. If we want to click on one of them, basically I can select a subject. I can put a category, put in a subject, and the notes field, you can make this note as long as you would like. Saving it, of course, stores it into the database, and what you end up with is an immediate access to your desktop. So, if you're out in the field and you make a note, when you get back to the office and you get on your desktop, that note is there. Reminders. This will be a list of all the reminders that you have. There are some of these functions that we're still working on, but I wanted to at least give you a look at what's available on the app right now. Contacts. This will list every one of your contacts for this particular profile. So you scroll through here. Now the functions will be, as we go along, the little person off to the left. If you have a photograph of that person in your phone, that photograph will show up. On the right, you'll see a little green phone and a little yellow envelope. Those will actually directly call or message this particular any particular contact. Now, if we come down here and we select one of these, we end up with a screen where we can add or modify a contact. Projects. Projects is basically the same thing. It will list out any projects. Now that's something we haven't implemented yet. Same thing with emails and messages. Those are things we're kind of working top down here. Emails will show you a list of all the archived emails that you have for the contact in your profile. Messages will also show you a list of archived text messages between you and any of your contacts for this profile. We'll be interfacing this app with functions actually interior to your phone, where we'll be able to get at your phone's contacts, the call logs. We actually have part of that working right now. And your text messaging is something we're also adding. As we roll out further updates to the app, those will become available. Well, I hope this gives you a little idea of what the power is in this app, especially considering that anything that's done here is immediately available back at the office, and same thing from the office to the field. So if a change is made to an appointment, somebody calls into the office, that appointment is changed in the office. It's also changed on the app. So everybody stays current with whatever's happening in the business. It's a great communication tool. So as we go along and add additional functions, we'll be rolling those out. But right now, I would suggest getting the app on your phone and begin using it. It's a very powerful little tool. Thank you for your time.